Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay cast from the South Korean ladder. We have a very interesting engagement here in between the two pro players, as we're spawning here in the lower right. In the yellow it is Flash with his AK, and his opponent here in the lower left. In the purple it's actually PASIN, quite a known name into the South Korean pro scene. So let's just have a look exactly what's going to happen. The production tab is once again here into the upper left part. We have of course a 4 spawning location map. It's looking like a very normal build order here by PASIN, as he's opening up here with his pylon and his gateway. Same can be said here for Flash, who is opening up here with his supply depot into barracks. However, a very early, unusual scout here by the Protoss. We might try to be early on aggressive versus his opponent. We're about to find out what exactly his plans are. He might even plant some pylons into the middle of the map in order to perhaps hide another gateway. What exactly are the plans here from here? I believe currently he's just scouting the map. And I believe Flash will also scout the map out very soon at around the 1 minute and 50-second mark. So we do have the gas here for him. There's the barracks, supply depot, pretty standard stuff. Very soon he's going to be mining some gas, but at one point he will eventually cancel the mining in order to go bring the SCVs back towards minerals. So how much gas he's going to be mining here? He's currently perhaps saving gas for a factory. Exactly his plans are closing towards 100 gas. In the meantime, the scouts meet each other up here as the scouting continues, and a nice wall of here created by Flash. Look at that, he just pretty much cancelled 2 SCVs now, going towards a factory right here into this location. Only 1 SCV is actually mining gas for Flash. Let's have a look at the Protoss. There's the cybernetic score, there's the gateway, pretty standard stuff, also mining gas here with 3 probes. However, needs of course the gas for the Dragoons and for later. Well, scouting continues here in the meantime. Sadly here for both players, completely into the wrong direction. See how the game is going to continue here. A Marine is actually early moving out here for Flash. Interesting, nicely hiding this Marine into a location, perhaps allowing the probe to move forward, but at the same time also scouting for some proxy gateways, for some proxy robotics facility base here. So very smart move out here by Flash, as his SCV has also reached here the expansion point from the Protoss. And looks like the Protoss is saving indeed for his first Nexus, as the Dragoon is also going to try to scare the SCV away. Same can be said here for Flash. Actually no, this is the minerals from Flash. So Flash going for his first expansion here. The Protoss still investing into another pylon and into the upgrade for the Dragoons. Interesting game here. We do actually see Flash now having 3 Marines. He should be okay versus the first Dragoon. Even a Vulture is here ready to defend. The Dragoon already taking quite some damage. The SCV is still roaming around onto this map. The bunker is nicely getting placed here defensively by Flash. And with that, of course, the Protoss will react as well with his own expansion. As slowly but steadily, we have passed the 4-minute mark, so it's a pretty standard game. No early aggression by both players. Vulture is moving out. I mean, my mines have started now here for Flash, as he's going to try, of course, to keep the Protoss at bay, to keep him at home. But already the Dragoon range is almost getting done here for the Protoss. So the Protoss could be early aggressive versus the bunker, inflict some damage. However, of course, he doesn't know the timing from the Vulture mines. He's just going to patrol here the map, as Flash is also nicely moving here forward. However, right now, the Dragoons with range will be very, very deadly against this one SCV. SCV will very likely get snapped very soon here, so a good pickup by the Protoss. Flash now being pretty much blind. He doesn't know what exactly the Protoss is doing into his main. There's another gateway. We have another pylon here, so it could be even a Dark Templar push by the Protoss very soon, as we even have a robotics facility here for him. How this game is going to continue. In the meantime, the Dragoon is doing a great job here defending against the incoming Vultures from Flash. Both players pretty much at the same worker count. SO mines are nicely getting placed here by Flash defensively versus the opponent, and even scouting this area right here with some mines, as the first probes are getting now pulled over here by the Protoss towards his expansion point. I told you, pretty standard stuff. Very nice game. We also have the second factory here for Flash, an observatory here for him, for the Protoss as well. So it looks like the Protoss is very likely going to try to clear the mines from Flash very, very soon, as more and more Dragoons are moving out here for him as well. So Let's see who's going to be the one inflicting the first damage, who's going to be the one to move out earlier. This is the opponent. It is of course quite a short replay once again, around the 12-minute mark. I believe I have around 100 replays with this timer, starting to go for some shorter replays, and perhaps I'm going to be finding some longer replays here of the pro players. I'm going to try to be as active as possible, just to cast as many games as possible here. Also searching for some Jaedong and some Bisu, even finding some Stork replays, so it's quite many replays. But yeah, let's just see how it's going to continue here onto this channel, as game also continues here with some vultures, with speed, moving out, having good control, giving good control here for Flash onto the map. Yeah, some tanks in the back, giving great defenses, some gas is getting mined here as well. All of a sudden, more and more gas is getting produced. And we actually see the first shuttle with the robotics facility bay. So it could be a timing push with the Reaver, but Flash very smartly placing a turret right here into this location to intercept the incoming shuttle from the opponent. So it's quite a stalemate game here. Flash tries of course to perhaps be lucky and move here forward towards the main, but there's no way that he will pass this wall of Dragoons right here. So he of course is expecting an attack with the shuttle by the opponent with the Reaver drop. Speed is getting done now for the shuttle, as I believe slowly but steadily his shuttle is going to move out with, interesting enough, 4 Zealots. So quite a rare sight. Usually it's actually 1 Reaver with a Dragoon, but now Protoss actually moving out with a timing push by his own. So with the shuttle in the front, he could of course inflict great damage towards the sieged up tanks, if it's going to be sieged up, but there's quite many tanks here for him. In good vision, there's the drop happening here with the Zealots in the front. The Dragoons in the back will be able to take care of the bunker right here. So a smart move here forward by the Protoss, just surrendering those Zealots, just pretty much sacrificing those Zealots, but the real damage dealers will of course be the Dragoons in the back. However, now the SCVs have to be pulled forward, and the tanks on the high ground aren't really getting touched, and I believe Flash will have enough SCVs to actually repair those damaged tanks. So an interesting timing push actually by the Protoss, and not deciding to go for an expansion. Actually, perhaps he did try to expand here, but Flash smartly adding a mine into this location. So very smart gameplay here indeed by him. The observer sees now everything here into this location. Quite a scary wall of tanks, so pretty much impossible to penetrate here forward. However, speed for the shuttle is getting done. We do see a second shuttle also getting produced, and we also have a Reaver right here. So the Protoss could be lucky to just pretty much bypass this zone right here and fly straight over to this location right here. But Flash very smartly here adding those turrets, giving great cover towards his economy. However, the Protoss could of course drop his Reaver right here, but then again there are tanks in the back, so quite a tricky situation here indeed for the Protoss, as he's moving out with his first Reaver Dragoon drop. At the same time, Flash is also moving out with a timing push with his SCVs, but the Reaver is nicely ready here to inflict some damage. However, it's very important for the Terran to have those SCVs, those mechanic SCVs, to immediately repair the damaged tanks. Very smart move here by Flash indeed, teaching of course once again the timing push. Let's see if he's going to be successful. The Vulture getting here sacrificed. So small mistake here by him. Pretty much only tanks in one. And a second Dragoon could be sniped here, so the Protoss with a little bit of a timing miss micro here. Flash having good vision here with his Vultures in the front, as another Vulture is getting snapped, so he needs to be more careful. He could be lucky to snap the Dragoon right there. Nicely splitting his tanks up here. One tank is getting snapped, other tanks here in the front, straight going forward towards the expansion point. So very nice timing push once again. However, Flash is lacking a lot of protection here for those tanks. It's pretty much mass tanks for him. No protections, no Vultures here in the front. Quite an early push by him. The Protoss can of course be patient. At the same time, he's trying a counter attack here, but not really paying off. The tanks are of course knocking now towards the expansion point. Let's see if this shuttle is going to be successful. The Reaver can of course deal massive amounts of splash damage. We do see Flash losing more and more workers here. He's currently at 35. There could be a connection here by the Reaver, but not that much damage is being taken here by the Terran. Actually, the Protoss falling to 22 workers. The tanks pretty much in control of this area right here. Quite a hard situation, like I told you, here for the Protoss. This small ramp working against him. He has some Dragoons in the back, but it's just 5 of them, and we even have protection now for the Terrans here. And let's just see how exactly can the Protoss defend this off. I believe with some drops, with some Zealots of course, and then surrounding the units from Flash, but there are the reinforcements here. And of course, Vultures great to counter the Zealots here on the ground. Even more mines are getting placed down. Two shuttles in the air for the Protoss. He standing right here. He's going to try to attack very soon. There's the push, but of course very hard for him to reach the units at the same time. There are the Dragoons in the back. The Vultures are here ready to engage. Very hard position here for the Protoss. This is taking more and more damage. But the Vultures are now being able to damage the Dragoons right here, as the Dragoons pretty much getting surrounded here. So a great patient gameplay here by Flash. Looks like it's going to work out very good for him. Interesting enough, another attempt here to drop some units here, but we even have a tank which is getting repaired. So Protoss with quite a desperate move, going straight towards the column here from Flash. But Flash showing us how fast those Vultures are. Just in a couple of 20 seconds they are ready to come from the battlefield straight at home to defend once again. And in the meantime the tanks just pretty much securing the zone right here. Still a good attempt here by the Protoss to perhaps force Flash to come back home with his tanks, but he just nicely just gets those Vultures out, brings them back home in around 20 to 30 seconds in order to be ready here to defend. And even one tank has been nicely placed here by him. And with that, perhaps he might have done it here. The siege tanks are on sieging and re-sieging. It looks like Flash going to move forward with his tanks. Somehow he even has now vision with the Vultures on the high ground, and with that here comes the reaction by the Protoss with his drop ships. Yeah, there's even two turrets right here to give more and more protection towards the tanks, and with that of course we do see the GG out for the Protoss. So once again a very nice calculated timing push, a great counter attempt by the Protoss, but sadly Flash had just waited. And interesting enough, Flash with quite a risky move out, only having tanks, no protection for those tanks, but if he knew exactly what he's doing. However, at one point I do have a replay of him doing this the same, and he actually did lose that game. It's very important, if you ask me, as a Terran, to have some Vultures in the front to give protection towards the real damage dealers in the back. Flash with a good game for him, small fast game, in order to secure him the victory right here. A good attempt by the Protoss to counter against the economy from Flash, but in the end just had those fast moving Vultures, and he even had some tanks at home to defend. So quite a good game. Hope you guys once again enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.